Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood Fun with AJ here today. First time in a while I've been in front of the camera, just due to, work. I've been doing a lot of ride videos and review videos versus being in front of the camera. But one of my colleagues here on YouTube, Willie, suggested to do a quick garage and talk video. He said give it a shot, and that's what I'm doing. Thanks, Willie. You know who you are. I don't know if you subscribe, but you know who you are. So cheers to, non-alcoholic cheers at least, to you suggesting that to me. And hopefully this is the first of maybe many garage sit and talk videos. I got my two of my lovely steeds behind me. The black and tan 2011 Ducati Monster 696 non-ABS, and my pride and joy here as well, my Thruxton 23 Thruxton RS, which is, my newest and greatest bike that I'm currently modding. As far as, what we're going to talk about, bikes, Ducati Monster 696, the black and tan. No issues with it. Love it. No issues with the customizations, at least. As far as what I do to it next, maybe a full titanium exhaust, because I only got slip-ons that are titanium in the back with carbon. So maybe I'll change the header to full titanium. Otherwise, there's not much more I would do to this bike. It's close to 300 pounds wet. It's like 320. And for it being, I think, 83 horsepower, maybe a little more, because I've got a better tune, and I've got a K&N air filter in it. So maybe it's pushing out close to 90 horsepower, but for that weight, I can flick this thing and there's no problems. The only issue I am having with it right now is last time I went riding, the throttle, so a cable throttle, when I pulled it, it kind of jerked, hesitated, and it scared me a little bit. So I don't know if maybe the wire needs to be redone, the throttle wiring, or what, but something to look at. The Thruxton RS, no issues after I had the battery changed and replaced. This X is working out great with the yellow, love it. I have some accessories I'm going to install on it, namely a steering dampener, or steering damper, that's the word I think you're supposed to use. People have been asking me, why would you do that on a bike that's only 110 horsepower? I think it's 105 horsepower. Reason being, I have hit the throttle and gone over bumps and it's jerked a bit. I hear that the steering damper is supposed to help with that, like going over bumps and jerky throttle. Not jerky, steering, kind of getting a little wild. The only problem is you need to quickly disconnect and reconnect the ABS brake lines to do that mod. And frankly, I don't like messing with brakes. That's just me. Brake pad's fine, but brake lines, it's a little out of my comfort zone. I also have a full fairing for this bike in competition green, which is the color of most of the bike. Thinking about installing that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to install that myself. I got some members of a couple forums, or not forums, groups that I help mod that are willing to locally, give me a hand. So I'm thinking about taking them up on that. It's a pretty big job. I'm worried about wiring and just breaking anything because it's a brand new bike. It's a year old. Otherwise, I've got some little bling bits I'm going to put on. I've got a different seat cowl that I could switch out, black instead of the color combo it currently has, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. It's a great bike though. I'm still getting used to it. Getting used to it at full speed and taking it longer distance. My usual rides, it depends. It could be 20 to 50 to 75 miles. But I might do something a little longer soon. Do 150, 250 mile ride on it. It's a cafe racer, so I don't want to go too far, but I do want to have some fun with it. So I might be doing that soon. What else? I was thinking about changing the levers to ASV levers. The unbreakable ones, more adjustability in black. But I do kind of like the chrome with the chrome. So I don't know. I like the style of it already. There were other things I was thinking about changing, like, what's that showing there? Like, the headlight to a motodemic, just like that one on the Monster 696. However, this headlight looks classic to me, and it works well. If anything, I made it work less with this, tinted, but I wanted to protect it a bit. So I don't know if I would ever do that, and I can get a unit pretty cheap if I were to do it, under $500. Slip-on exhaust is coming up. So for a slip-on exhaust, I want to go with Hitchcock, but they've raised their prices kind of on the down low recently. I don't know the exact figures. I feel like a slip-on from them was like 500 or 700 pounds, I believe, and now it's like 1,200 pounds. I did want to do a custom exhaust with them, a titanium one. They gave me a fair quote. It was still expensive, and honestly, for both of these bikes, most of the parts I've gotten, I've at least talked to the manufacturers and the distributors and said, hey, can I get a little discount? That'd be great. It'd really help me out. And let's say 90% of the time, people say yes. Hitchcock's, they didn't offer a discount. I did ask them for one, but they didn't. It is what it is. Not knocking them. I think Tom's great. I think they have amazing craftsmanship. It just makes me think twice about whether I want to invest in a slip-on from them when it's over double. I think it's 1,000 pounds now. Over double the competition. Another example is I could go with British Customs. I think they're called Predator slip-ons. They have a pair that's slightly blemished, which means it's like a little dented or something, or scratched. And it's like 400, 500 bucks US. Sound might be similar, I don't know. Quality's probably not going to look as good, but I'm thinking about it. I went with the British Custom bar ends, and they feel super quality, so I don't know. I just know British Customs, I've heard, has fitment issues, so that worries me. But an exhaust is coming. I just don't know if it's coming this year as far as like summer, fall, or Christmas time. But exhaust, I definitely want to get on this beautiful machine. Love this bike. That's another thing, another topic here. I ride this bike so much that it kind of don't get this bike as much love, because they're similar. I made this one into a cafe racer, even though it's like a naked. This is a cafe racer. So should I get rid of the black and tan? If I were to, honestly, I've dumped probably $3,000 in parts on this thing, and I would never make back the money. It's worth $7,000 to $8,000 if I were to talk about my investment into it at this point, and I would never be able to sell it for that much. I'd probably be able to sell it for maybe $4,000 to $5,000. So I'd be taking a big hit, and it's a great bike. It's a Ducati, it has a Ducati sound. I love almost everything about it. It's just a little older, but it's like an old versus new dynamic here. But we'll see. For now I'll keep it, but I just don't know, because I maybe ride that once a month, and I ride this 8 times a month. So that's the conundrum there. Am I giving that enough love? I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, comments about, riding multiple bikes in your garage or keeping it fresh, let me know. I'm just not too sure the best method, because I always want to ride this bike. This bike, I love it. It's just, there are hurdles. It's got a fast idle, which is essentially, it's like a choke, and you kind of have to be finicky with it to keep it running at the start sometimes until it warms up. So it's a little finicky. This one just start it up and go. As long as there's no battery issues, there's no battery issues. So that's a dynamic I need to think about. Another thing is, in the future I'm thinking about like a BMW build into a scrambler of some sort. Maybe like a R100 GS type build. Would you guys be interested in watching something like that? I'm like intermediate with tools. I'm not an expert. Bikes, I rewired this whole headlight unit, rewired the tail section on both of these bikes. I've taken this bike fully apart down to the gas tank, because it's a big process. Changed the air filter. I haven't done the brake shit, but I'm confident I could do brakes. But that's my extent. I haven't got into the nitty gritty of an engine and the heads, etc. So is that even a good idea? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys like this video or if I should just scrap the idea. If you like this video, I'll do it more often, maybe a couple times a week. If you don't like this video, I might let it fizzle. One video series I do have coming up is the Give It Beans series, which is going to be me driving potentially down south to like Orange County to try different coffee shops down there, and driving closer to me in LA to different coffee shops and kind of reviewing those shops with my cafe racer, one of the or both of these, and just giving you guys a review of, you know, if I recommend them or not. I had this idea for like 3 years. I just never got the opportunity, and I just got a new GoPro, so I think it's now the perfect opportunity to do something like that. So keep an eye out. Until next time, guys, it's your friendly neighborhood Fun with AJ.